Hello, my name is Amy Mintzner, and I'm the author of the article Measuring the Effectiveness of Equitable Economic Development. In the article, I present a framework for understanding equitable economic development. The first element of this framework is the strategies that are involved in creating inclusive growth. These strategies center equity, elevate complex system dynamics, and work to address root causes. They might include things like worker cooperatives and community benefits agreements. The second element of the framework is how economic development decisions get done. Who is involved in these choices? Who is involved in how the strategies are implemented and what is prioritized? It's critical that those who have been systemically disadvantaged or those who have been treated with racism are involved in the decision-making that goes into the economic development strategies in a community or region. The final element is measurement. How can we develop better strategies to help deepen our learning and elevate what drives success for inclusive growth? Related to measurement, the article highlights that while a lot of work is being done right now to further inclusive growth, we don't actually know much about what works. In order to deepen funder commitment and increase the scale of the activities focused on inclusive growth, it's important that we can show what is working. Traditionally, economic development outcomes have focused on community-wide benefit, but we can do better than this, and we must if we're going to understand the equitable impacts of work. We need to focus on disaggregated data. We need to understand who the intended beneficiaries are, whether they're participating, whether barriers are being reduced, whether opportunities are being created for this particular population, and when outcomes are measured, whether these beneficiaries are actually benefiting and experiencing the outcomes intended. It will be critical that funders get involved, foundations and otherwise, get involved in supporting this work. It's costly to do the localized data collection, data disaggregation, and more complicated analysis that's needed to truly understand if equitable growth is occurring. The one piece of advice I would give to those seeking to apply the learnings from this article are to take the time to figure out what equity means in the context in which you're working. Specifically, name and center the beneficiaries of your work. Rather than naming something more generic, like to benefit the residents of a particular neighborhood, think about what population in that neighborhood. For example, it might be longtime African American residents who have been historically disadvantaged by development policies of the past. And then carry that group of beneficiaries through your measurement strategy and look at the opportunities created, barriers addressed, and the outcomes that have been achieved by those individuals.